And when we're passing guard, what we're really trying to do is not give him an arm bar. I do something like this. He kicks over, makes the arm bar. That's bad. All right? I also don't want to give him a choke, so I bury my head down here. He starts going for some sort of cross choke or lapel choker, right? I don't want to do that. That's bad. So posture is important, right? And I'm trying to break guard, and he's got the unbreakable guard, right? I'm doing all the things right. I make some space. I push down. Nothing happens, right? I try to go back for big swim. He holds my arm. I can't get my arm free. Can't make big swim, right? I'm thinking about maybe little swim. I can't make the space. He's not giving me any space right there, and he controls my wrist. The thing that I can do is I can torment him to start with. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make him tired. I'm going to drive all my weight into his abs where it's hard for him to breathe, and then I'm going to go back and see if he's tired. If he's tired, well, I can do something. If not, I'm going to put my hands forward this way, and I'm going to use my legs, and I'm going to drive towards his head. Now notice, if he's holding my wrist, and I do this, he's not going to let me. Right? So I'm going to tire him out. Then I'm going to do this, hands on his chest, and I'm going to drive with my legs. Grab, cross my hand behind his head. This will work. He's pretty strong against this. Right? So I'm going to get here, hook my chin on his head, hold him here, and I compress him. When I rock down, I push his chin towards his belly button, and he'll tap. If he doesn't tap, he'll usually let go with his legs to make some space, and then I can escape. Does that make sense? All right. Do you like that one? It's not your favorite.
Not my favorite.
You can do it, but you don't want to get done, do you?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on how to approach that? All right. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to go, he said, grab the head. And he's going, why didn't it work? I am not strong enough to bend this man's back with my arms. I mean, even if I get a good grip, I'll try. I'm going to grab his uniform this time. And you got no leverage, no base. Now watch. I slide forward, right? Curl him up, hold him. Now when I rock down, I'm using my elbows in a tight position, and I get to here. Then I push my elbows down and pull his head in until he taps. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
It can also be a suffocating technique. Sometimes it's hard to breathe. Get a partner! So I got him. He goes to make cradle neck. I'm like, oh, I don't want him to do it. And I get here, right? And he starts cranking me. And I go, oh, oh, oh. Oh! Doesn't hurt at all. Crank me, bud. All right. He's pretty strong. We need a bigger guy. Come here. We'll let Christian have some fun. All right, so Christian's going to make cradle neck crank, and he just found this out. He likes it, right? So I'm holding him. He gets his hands forward, cranks the neck a little bit. I go to here. All right, he's cranking. Crank. Crank it. Oh. Yeah. Crank it. Oh, you hurt me. Oh. Oh. So simple. What did I do? I made space.
Very cool.
Now, what should you do if you're trying to make cradle neck crank and they do the defense? What should you do?
Push the hands away.
You can push the hands away, maybe. See if you can swipe them away. That's a good technique, something to think about. Questions on cradle neck crank? I decide I'm going to scooch in and I'm going to double leg over, right? Go boom down, right? I get here and I'm like, all right, what do I really want to do? This hand almost always goes here. For me, it's a natural thing. What else am I going to do with it? I can put it here, but it almost always goes here. I get my hand where my thumb is right by his head. I take this hand and I clasp hands like a gable grip. This elbow goes into the middle of his chest. I switch feet and then I crank here. Want to see? Yeah. Come here, Lennon. So Lennon's on the ground. I land like this. He's thinking, I don't want to get arm barred. I don't want to get Kimura lock. I don't want to get any kind of arm lock here. Boom. Right? He might think, holy crap, I'm about to get a head and arm choke, right? I push this here, and I lock. This elbow goes right in his chest. I'm moving my body so you can see. Right? I turn. Now watch. I push this elbow into his chest, and I crank the neck. ¿Es good? ¿Está bien? Any questions? Again, what we're looking for is good position, right? Good hand position here, and then I move. Now watch. Am I really pulling with my arms up? No, I'm pushing. How much weight, how much pressure is here versus how much pressure is in his body? Now watch. Tell me, where's the pressure? Sternum? Yeah, sternum. Not too much on the back of the neck. But now watch. I use my legs. That makes sense? So I'm not trying to do this and pull his head off. That's bicep strength. This is just holding. I'm just bracing. I'm driving this into his body, and I'm using this as a fulcrum to rock back. Look at my legs. What's pushing me? My legs. All right? So I get him and Dylan likes that. Yeah.
I make some better noises.
Questions on side neck crank. From the side control. Get your partner. Go. For this move, right? I go here, I make the grip. Instead of going here, I shift over to here. So what was that? What kind of choke?
It was a baseball choke.
Basically like a reverse baseball choke, but it was an air choke.
Yeah, that sucks.
So instead of here, I just went to here. Does that make sense?
Sir.
Can you show that again without really choking him so I can see the hands?
What fun is that?
Well, I kind of like.
Can you
Caleb.
show a choke without choking him? Yeah, I can, but no one's gonna like it. All right, just for Jennifer, because she's my buddy. Here we go here, right? By the way, you can always wet willy him. It was just right there. I couldn't resist. I go here, make the grip, shift my legs. This is the neck crank, right? This is the position. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it way far here. Now when I do it, I choke. That's about as best I can do without choking him. Once I sit back, he's gonna. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Any choking before I made that last adjustment?
No.
Right? So here's the thing with certain chokes. If I apply them slowly, some people can tolerate it. But if you shock the body, they'll either go out immediately or tap immediately in fear because it's such a shock to the body and the mind. They're like, this hurts so bad, or I'm so terrified. I will tell you that I will ask you, what's safer, blood choke or air choke?
Blood choke.
Blood choke doesn't collapse the airway, the trachea. If you collapse the trachea, you have two choices. Let him die, which is awful, or tracheotomy, which is also awful, but he lives. And if you're not trained to do that, well, you're probably going to face some sort of awful charge in criminal court. Try not to crush people's trachea. You can still put them out without doing that, okay? Give this neck crank one more try. If you want to make a small adjustment and affect the neck slightly differently, you can. Otherwise, move to the choke. Go. So we ultimately end up somehow into a guard position, somehow, right? I don't want him to crank my neck. I don't want him to do nothing to me. Maybe I can't get easily to his arms, so I want to clear, right? If he's got your belt, get under the hands, and you bend the wrist until the hands come free, right? Then you swim through, and then you grab. And you're going to just, hey, buddy, just kind of hug him, right? And what I want to do is I want to grab this leg and cross it and grab this leg. Then I'm just going to get him tired. But now look where his neck and his chin are. Is it high on my body?
Yes.
And there's your neck crank. Make sense?
Sure.
So, in the old days, people liked to bury their head to avoid getting choked. So their head would be down, and it's, all I had to do was go, whoop, and I could crank their neck. But people are smart. They want posture. So I'm going to give you an intermediate move. He's here. I clear, and I pull it forward, and I start looking for this move. And I start tiring him out. Now, when I feel his neck on my shoulder, see his chin is above my shoulder?
Sure.
Right? I'm going to just start kind of hugging in here. And then I lock this hand. This looks like a rear naked choke from the front. Grab my head. I can squeeze him here. It's uncomfortable. But when I pull with my legs and I stretch his neck, it's way uncomfortable. All right. Come here, Paul. Need to give Lyndon a chance. I won't stretch you too much. So again, we are here in the guard. He's got good posture. I can't easily get an arm lock. It'd be great if I could just get a Kimura lock, right? That's all I'm looking for is a Kimura lock, right? So I'm going to go under and I'm going to start clearing. Clear. See how I pull his arms wide? He drops down. I grab him. Hey, buddy, like I'm hugging him. Feed this first hand. Cross it. Feed the second hand, right? And he's going to start getting tired. Once his chin's still a little bit down, but I think I can get him. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go here, right? Once I lock it in, I can squeeze. Now watch. Uncomfortable, a little bit, Paul?
Yes, sir.
But then when I stretch him, it's a different crank. Thank you, sir. Why are you holding your neck? Did I do it to you?
No.
Are you imagining me doing it to you? Anybody want to see me crank Christian's neck?
Yes.
Okay. You can see who your friends are, right? This is naked, meaning no clothes required, naked neck crank from the guard, bottom of the guard. I've tapped out maybe not 100 people, but dozens of people. They let me get the suspenders. I tire them out. I feel them looking for air. It kind of looks like this, right? If their head's here, I can smother them. They start looking for air. That's what I want. Grab, lock, crank. Use your legs, stretch the body. Neck goes pop, pop, pop. It's quite uncomfortable. Let's go from the bottom of the guard. Next position, right? And maybe I'm working him, right? And I try to get down here and I get here. Everybody should be on this side so you can see. So for MMA, if you do one of these, he's going to start lifting his head up and hugging you. Right? That's fine. I calm down, I got my arm behind, and I start hooking this arm here. See how his neck is cranked? I still want this arm, but I'm just going to look like scarf hold. And then I'm going to hold this down. Are you okay still? All right, so I'm just going to lean back until he can't take it anymore, and I can go back farther. This is okay. You can do double, where this is on the ground and this is on the ground with his head behind your armpit. Cool? Sir. So, give me a fresh neck. Come here, Lyndon. Fresh neck. He's like, this neck is 3 days spoiled, right? Like a bad banana. All right. So you can also start it here, right? So I go here, and I start lifting this way to move. Now I got this arm. Then I get this hand planted. If this hand isn't planted, I don't have it. And then I can lift here, and I drive back. You okay still? Yeah. And then I press. Okay? Until he taps. Crucifix. So from the side control, you can set it up. You got to get basically to the mount in order to get both legs on the other side, or you can start in the mount, or you can do it off of single leg. Somebody poorly single legs you, and you double underhook, you lift them up, reap the leg, and you land on it. Make sense? Sure. All right, let's show you the worst possible case, the most dangerous thing. Let's not do this. Even by accident, don't do this. He goes to make single leg. I get here. He stands back up. And then I go to reap him. He lands on his butt, and I land here and break his neck. When I say break his neck, you see how my weight collapses onto his neck? We got to be very, very careful of those. So when I do these, and by the way, somebody on YouTube is going to say, this is one of those guys just likes to hurt people. Yes, that is true. But the bottom line is I also teach people how to not get hurt by showing them the worst case scenario. So again, I end up kind of in this position, maybe with front headlock. Everybody see I got front headlock? I can make Nick Fury throw from here, but I'm here, right? I can even hold on to my uniform just for a second. I can be thinking, I think I've got a neck crank. I underhook, I go to throw this, and then I hit my knee. And then I walk my hands in my head, and then I sit out. So I don't hurt him. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense for all of you guys. Let's not drop on somebody's body. Anytime his butt hits the ground and this action happens, right, you're going to injure his back or his neck. Probably the neck is going to be the weakest link. Don't do that. Go play with it gently, nice and slowly. I would say start from the mount. Do the mount one first. What's it called?
Cradle neck crank.
All right, let's see. So Caleb's on top of the guard. Linda's on the bottom, right? Caleb can't escape from the guard. Make your move. Shoots up, grabs, rocks back. That's one. All right. What's the second one?
Side neck crank.
All right, let's see the side neck crank. Side control position, elbow at the sternum, grab, lift him up, crank. All right, not bad. What's the third one?
Baseball.
All right, there's also a choke in there. We're going to skip the choke. What's the next one? All right, let's try it from the bottom of the guard. This time, Caleb's on the bottom. And he's going to make naked neck crank. Clear, pull, hug, and he can go for the suspenders if he wants to. That'll tire him out. Once he feels it, he just changes hand position, stretches the neck. All right, what's the last one?
Crucifix.
Crucifix. Okay, I said probably the safest way to do this one is from the mount. Put your head on the mat and then dig, hook, shift, sit up. And that is the final one. Guys, there's a couple other neck cranks I know are really good with the standing. We don't have time. It looks kind of like guillotine. All right? It's an awful neck crank. Turn the head sideways. All right? The bottom line is that why would you use a neck crank? You don't like the person. You wouldn't use this on your friend. They're just awful. I'd rather lose to a friend than have to resort to an ugly neck crank on my friend just so I can win. But I've done it like 1,000 times. I've choked out, I've neck cranked all my friends, right? I'm just like, it's just so dirty. When I say dirty, it really hurts and you don't feel it until it hurts. And then you're like, I got to go to a chiropractor tomorrow. Just be careful with these, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you do these properly in self-defense, you will have some sort of effect on the spine. It is an awful thing. It not only hurts, but you can damage or pinch the nerves inside the spine. It's just fire up the back of the head. And I had a kid that was trying to resist, and I cranked him, and when he tapped. When I let him go, one eye was looking the wrong way. I mean, I had done something to him that had affected him, and oh, by the way, and he was drooling, like bad. And I was like, dude, are you all right? And I felt bad because it was a good kid, but again, he was trying to resist, and I just cranked him, right? So just be careful with these. But they are part of the tradition. I didn't make these up. I've had great instructors teach me these things. I didn't say, hey, let me make the most easiest thing possible. You need to know the material. No, you probably can't use these in a tournament. Just know that. I know you can't use them in a judo tournament. You definitely can't use them in an IBJJF. They're probably going to kick you out. You can't use them in MMA. That's a hard word to say there with a hand. Questions on what we talked about? Who thinks they have one of these that they can really do? Who has two? Two, you feel confident in two. Who has three? Like, you got them good enough, you might not get them off every time in a fight, but at least you can demonstrate for a test. Who's got four? All right, look around. The people that have their hand up that's got all four, ask them tomorrow or ask them the next time you meet them. Hey, let's go over those neck cranks one more time. Let's talk about them. I got to get it. I got to remember these things. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Make the love!